So today I'm going to show you how to create a cluster through Terraform, as I said. So Monday onwards, I'm going to give a rest today, tomorrow. Required or not? Yesterday you said right, now. Okay, no problem here. You can take rest. So I'll do one thing. I'll conduct a test. Only Kubernetes. All are scenario based questions. Not more questions. Concept wise one question only. So definitely we discuss 20 concepts, 20 questions. I'll prepare the paper today. So tomorrow be ready for that. From that questions, definitely in interview, 2 questions will come, no doubt. So 2 things we need to understand. Let me delete everything. So EKCTL delete cluster hyphen region US East one. Thanks. Hyphen name. So we have 2 ways to create a cluster through Terraform using modules, using normal resource block. Which process you want? Modules or normal? Normal everyone can do. Go for modules. Little advanced, little difficult. So first, you just ignore dev.json, dev.sh, result.json. These are all different stories. So first we have to focus main.tf, provider.tf, terraform.tf works, variable.tf version. So main.tf here modules there means my main.tf calling a modules, right? Simple, right or not? So my main.tf inside definitely modules are there. Module dot. Okay. Let's click the main.tfc, module VPC, module security group, module IAM, module EKS. So guys, if you want to create a EKS, first we need a VPC, subnet, security groups, and IAM and all, right? So I'm not, see, modules code are very small. The reason I'm not declaring anything here. If you declare anything, everything is here, I'll show you that code also. Where it is exactly. So you can practice which process you like more. Project, okay, correct. So here also EKS Terraform is there. You can see this code. So everything updated into the same code. Okay. So here you can see backend.tf, main.tf. But still, yeah, subnets are there. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, this is one more process. This is just resource.tf process. I mean without modules. If you want to practice, go with modules process. Yeah. Now let's go to the modules. we have how many modules? EKS, IAM, security group, VPC. So for VPC, main.tf, this is. For security group, these and all. For IAM, these permissions are required. Yeah, for EKS, this is the main.tf of resource block. All resource blocks are there in separate directories. We are calling all the directories into common file, that's called module. So this main.tf is what? Orchestrating a module. Right or not? This main.tf is a main code I'm writing here, but not creating, calling a modules. Clear now? Yeah. But if modules are not there, what I can do? This main.tf inside everything I should write like here. Clear now? Okay. Okay. Then let's go here. Okay. So my module EKS, this is the master role ARN. This is worker node ARN, role IAM role. And this is public subnets. Usually we can give private subnets, not public subnets. Anyway, let's go for main.tf. Yeah. So security groups also calling dot module. Inside module security group is there, right? It's calling IAM, calling module inside IAM. So EKS inside module I'm calling EKS. I'm just declaring the values only. I'm declaring the values, but values I'm not declaring directly. Why? I'm using again variables. Variables means which variable I need to focus here? This one or inside the variables? This one. So here the declaring the values. Okay. So okay. Next, Terraform.tfs, here I'm passing the values. Okay. Here I'm passing the values. Okay. So these values passing to where? These variables are passing into where? These main.tf inside these values. Var env, var env, var AMIID. You can see here var env, var AMIID and all. Clear? Yeah. So you can clone this and run it from the laptop inside also, or create a one server. There you can install a Terraform. You can run the Terraform there also. We have a two options. Okay, my end this instance is running, right? I'm using this instance to run a Terraform. Clear? Or you can run locally also. Okay. So first I need to install Terraform, right? So Terraform main inside all the tools are there. Okay, I'm going to install Terraform. or Shruti effect. Okay, ls. Okay, so here we need to focus not all the files, only modules, main.tf, provider.tf, terraform.tf was variable.tf. Clear, right? These files under run terraform init. So you can clone local also, you can run. This server is not required. From local only you can enter directly Kubernetes cluster. So guys, you have to be install ekctl kubectl into your local laptop, Windows. So directly you can run the commands from your local laptop, not require additional server. Anyway, let me show you. 29 services are going to be added. So let's apply. Now Kubernetes cluster is going to be created. Madam, slow. Which keys? ఎందుకు headache configure any access secret key? Role you can attach. Any resources are there, role attach and attach permissions. 1000+ permissions also you need to attach to role only, not user, right? User also permission attached to user, permission attached to role, both are same. The activity if you perform inside the EC2, then role we can attach. Your question is right if it is on the local laptop. So if you want to handle this task, you have to configure the keys in your local laptop, access key, secret key, then that user we can give a permissions to perform it. So if anyone want to join, I think not required. Why I have shared here? Sorry. Okay. If anyone want to join Linux classes, you can join morning 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Weekends only I'm going to start. Huh? No, this time definitely. I'll not ask. You guys can come. Big room is there this time. So click on the main terraform.tf first. Instance count I have given only 2. Version is what? 1.29. AMI ID also there. So this is not required. You no need to give. This VPC CNI version, kube proxy version is not required to give. But when we can give this, If you want to upgrade the cluster 1.29 to 1.30, we have to explicitly mention this. Until and that not required. That's what I'm mentioning here. Anyway, we'll see. Let's complete the first cluster creation. Cluster creating. So go to EKS. Version is 1.29. What is EKS auto mode? Can anyone try and let me know? This is recently enabled. Even I have done medium block also on this. You can see here, yeah. Everything you need to know about AWS EKS mode I have updated already. So recent release. So just go through that with your Kubernetes knowledge. What is it, EKS auto mode, and let me know the what you understood from there. So compare with pod scaler, and auto mode. Both three differences. Three are depends on the resources managing. Any questions from anyone? The permissions, yeah. So permissions we can see here only. Let me show you now. You have to go for module, IAM, main.tf. So first we are creating a role, right? This policy attaching to this role. Next is what? Here you can see IAM role policy attachment to, let me show you. This is policy attachment to policy ARN, cluster policy, okay? Yeah, normal policies only. Actually, we are attaching this. This is names only. Let me. Okay. So here, sorry. Yeah. See here, we can see I'm creating a role. This role I'm attaching to different policies. Okay, this one. These policies are what custom, not custom policies, existing policies. Okay. Next, this is for what cluster permissions. Next, worker node also required, right? Worker node also I'm creating a role. These permissions I'm giving same. I'm creating a one more policy for autoscaler. This is the policy. So now this policy attached to role. This policy attached to role. Like this attachment, all the roles. See, just if you can see policy ARN like this means this is what existing policies, default policies given by AWS. If you can see this policy means what here? I'm creating a custom policy. So finally we are creating a two roles and creating a two custom policies plus existing policies we are attaching to role. How many roles totally here? Two. One is for cluster level, one is for node level. That's it. Cluster level only, not node level. Yes, update cluster, create cluster, delete cluster level only, not inside pods. Inside pods, go for node role. Clear. Node group is responsibility for inside the node resources. Cluster role responsibility for entire cluster level, not inside the pod and no inside the resources level. For pod, if for example pod want to access S3 bucket, cluster if you can give a role that won't affect for the pod. Node group role only we have to give the pod permissions. I mean S3 full access and all. If you enable a node role, what will happen? The role will apply for entire node. So every pod can access. Agreed or not? Every pod can access. For example, specific pod want to access, then service account. Yeah. Service account. Okay. Cluster creating now. Hey, see, quickly create a cluster also because of Terraform. Let's now cluster, refresh, still creating, maybe node group, oh yeah, updated, okay. See, you can see the upgrade now option also, you can upgrade also here only. Anyway, prod cluster. Okay, so cluster created and immediately we need to check resources, pods are no pods. You can check any pod templates and all stateful set, demon set, nothing is there. Okay, let me do one thing. Nodes we can check. Node group not created, why? But cluster is, huh? It should. Okay, so worker node created, maybe it will take time to update the node group, we can wait for some time. It should show. రీఫ్రెష్ ఒకసారి చూపిస్తుందా ఆ రోజు సండే ఉంటుంది ఓకే వాట్ సి ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ టైమ్ ఓన్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు వెయిట్ సో నోట్ 0 బట్ రీఫ్రెష్ ఓకే వెయిట్ ఫర్ సమ్ టైమ్ launch template irrespective of the node group instance type AMI type is custom launch template version is 1 okay what I'm going to do now let's go and deploy a sample pod vi deploy.aml worker node components. Yeah, we can deploy deployment.aml copy. So we can write here. So kubectl. First get nodes we can try. Okay, let's update the kube config. So role attached or not this? Role not attached. Definitely it should attach. Yeah, role is there. Okay. So let's update the kube config. Anyone remember that command? Kubectl something command. Kube update config is there, right? Zata. Okay, so we got it. Copy. So let's go here. Name of the cluster is prod cluster. Okay, so kubectl. Okay, okay, I got a notes now. So kubectl apply -f pods also created. Kubectl get pods running. I'm just running through Terraform, right? Not from the CLI command. So that's what kubeconfig not updated. So I ran the command updated kubeconfig. Now my role, IAM role is there, right? Role got a permissions. Now if you can take this role and attach to any instance, that instance also able to get the Kubernetes access. If I delete this server also, no problem. We have IAM role, right? That role we can attach to second server. The server can access this. In see, cluster level plus node level both can apply while creating time. Yeah, you can access. See, we are accessing, understand the thing, we are accessing cluster to pod, not pod to cluster, right? Clear the point? Cluster to pod, client can access. If the client cluster full access is there, I can delete a pod, I can create a pod, I can upgrade the node. But my pod want to connect any other resources, pod should have a permissions. So pod is inside the node. So node role should have a permissions to give the response to out in the cluster to outside of their services. At that time node role we have to take it. Anyway, it's a permissions only. You current IAM something is saying that, okay. So node group, nodes. Why nodes are not updating? Hmm? Sorry? Anyway, cluster created. So let's go to check now. Your current IAM principal doesn't have a access to Kubernetes objects in the cluster. Okay. This may be due to the current user or role not having a Kubernetes rollback permissions to describe the cluster resources, not having entry to cluster auth map. Okay. So we have to give permissions here. So we have to give these permissions inside, right? Even no need also we will get. Anyway, let's go to the resources. I'm unable to see the pods right here. But I'm creating from my local, I'm able to access. Okay, maybe any permission is missing. We'll see that permission. So clear how to create a cluster through Terraform now. So there is an upgrade option. Let me check what it is. If upgrade the Kubernetes version cannot be reversed. If you want to previous version, you will need a create a new cluster. Okay, so we can increase the version from here also, or you can do through Terraform also. But understand the thing, this process takes 40 minutes of time to upgradation of the cluster. So my end already pods are running right now. So how the process will work, let me show you in the background actually. This is cluster, okay, and we have a two worker nodes, for example. Let's take a two worker nodes. Okay, and this is control node. This is taking care by AWS. Now entire cluster is what? 1.29 version. Okay, so 1.29. Cluster upgrade. If you do the cluster upgrade, this will upgrade into 1.30. It's managing by Kubernetes, so we no need to worry about the control node, but worry is worker node. What exactly happened now? If you upgrade the version 1.29 to 1.30, this will delete and create a one more node. Okay, this will delete and create, first create a node, not delete anyway. So whatever version you are